Hey there, thank you for joining me. I'm Chrissy, a registered yoga instructor and fitness instructor. And before we get going with our practice this morning, I just wanted to let you know a little bit about me and my philosophy on yoga and fitness for that matter. And that is movement is medicine, any type of movement. So try and let go of any expectation or self-judgments that you have of yourself and just be in that present moment. Let's try and get our bodies to feel as good as they are designed to feel right now, today, in this present moment. And if you like this class, please check out my website at www.spinonyoga.com for a huge variety of yoga, all different levels, fusion classes, all different levels, and some good strength training workouts as well. I hope you enjoy class. Welcome. Okay, let's get started on our 20-minute yoga session this morning. Just a nice, easy practice to help us move and feel good all around. You need your mat, a couple of yoga blocks if you have them, and a yoga strap, belt, or scarf will do. This might make it a little bit more accessible to get into some of the stretches towards the end of class. So come to the top of your mat. We're going to start nice and easy in a child's pose. So take a deep breath in, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands down to the floor nice and gently. And then take your legs back. Drop the knees nice and wide. Touch the big toes together and begin to gently pull the hips back and allow the sits bones to sink towards the heels. So if this is not accessible, you can also roll a little bit of blanket and put it between your backside and your heels of your feet. But as we stay here and just breathe for a few minutes, press the base of your hands and palms down and away from you. This is going to give you a little bit more length down the sides of the body. And begin to stretch into the low back. Take a moment here and just take a few nice deep breaths. Let's inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Full and slow. So inhale, filling the belly like a balloon, and exhaling it nice and slowly. Take one more nice full deep breath here. Exhale it out. And take a moment to just set an intention for yourself and for your practice. It could be that you're just going to really try and be in the present moment today, or it could be a little prayer or something for someone you're caring for and needs a little bit of extra attention today. Once we put things out into the universe, that law of positive attraction begins to happen. One more breath here, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Now holding this child's pose, take your arms on a diagonal towards your right side. So if you were looking at a clock, towards 2 o'clock. This is going to give us a beautiful stretch down the left side of the body as we curve the spine over towards the right in a little bit of a lateral bend here. Breathe into that left side body. Feel the opening in the space that we're creating. One more breath here. So yoga is all about a journey to create space in our bodies physically. Walk the arms towards the left, but it's more than that. It's transformational. It's carving out time for ourselves that is much needed so that we can be the best version of ourselves and then in turn serve everyone around us that we care for. So never feel selfish about taking these few minutes for yourself, for your yoga practice. I like to call my yoga mat sometimes the magic carpet because when we step on the mat, magic really does happen. Walk the arms straight ahead, right in front of your head. Slide the hands down and away from you again. Pull the sit bones back. Feel the space. And then shift forward. Come into your hands and knees, tabletop position. Okay, so let's bring our knees right underneath our hips and our hands right underneath our shoulders. Wide spread your fingers like starfish hands, and we'll move through a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, take a big breath in, lift the chest, lift the tailbone. Exhale, scoop the tailbone under and round the spine to the ceiling. Again, inhale, lifting. This is lateral flexion and extension of our spine. Our spines are designed to move this way. So we want to move in the directions that they are designed to move in every day, or we lose the ability. We start to lose range of motion. So the goal is to keep it. Exhale, round. Engage your abdominals as you round the spine. Inhale, lengthen the tummy. Lift the tail. One more time. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And then find a neutral stance. Take your right leg and just step it back, anchoring the ball of the foot down. We're just going to kind of push and pull a little bit here, stretching into the calf muscle, feeling a little bit of length down the back of the leg. And then inhale, lift that leg and cross it behind you towards the left and give a look towards it. Feel that stretch down the right side of the body again. One more breath here. Good job. Bring it straight behind you. Lift the legs, square the hips, and see if you can lift your opposite left arm nice and long, leveling the hips and shoulders. Take a breath in. Exhale, elbow to that opposite knee, a little curl, warming up the abdominal muscles. Inhale. Sometimes we refer to this as stoking the fire deep in your core. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull it in nice and strong. One more time, lift. Pull it in, and then we're just going to hold it for a moment. Re-square the hips, nice and level to the floor. This is your spinal balance. And then exhale, bring it all down. Let's change sides. Step the left foot back, give it a little push and pull. Stretch into the calf a little bit. Hands are nice and firm into the mat. Then inhale, lift the leg, cross it behind that right leg, over to the right side, turn and look towards it, and feel that stretch down the left side of your body. So we're looking for all these little nooks and crannies that get compressed, that get tight when we don't move them. And we're creating space. Space equals mobility, and mobility equals flexibility, and all that equates to no pain. Bring the leg behind you, level it out, reach the right arm nice and long, big breath in, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen, exhale, elbow to knee. Again, stoking that fire, bring it in, engaging the abdominals. One more time, pull it in, and then let's find that little bit of spinal balance here as we balance. Hand down, knee down. Perfect. Step both feet back to a little plank pose, and then we're going to lift the hips and push back, our first downward dog of the day. So take some time here, lifting and lowering the heels, shimming the hips. We can refer to this as walking the dog. And then maybe one side, you feel a little tightness, lower one heel, lift the other, and look under that armpit. And then switch sides, drop the heel, look under the armpit, find a little space there as well. And then tippy toe your way all the way forward to the top of your mat in a forward fold. Allow the upper body to just drape. You can bend the knees ever so slightly if you need to. And then on a breath in, half lift position. Fingertips come to the shins, shoulders pull back, and the spine is nice and level with the floor. Fold forward one more time here, lengthening the hamstrings. So tight hamstrings can lead to low back issues. Bend the knees and roll it all the way up to a standing posture. Well done. Coming up to standing. Take the feet underneath the hips. Let's take some lateral extension. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, go ahead and drop that right arm down and curve over. And feel this length all the way down the left side of the body. Breathe into that for a moment. And then release that. And let's try that on the other side. Big breath in, reach it up. Exhale, dropping that left arm down and curving over. Finding your range of motion. And then release that down. Nice job. Okay, let's add a little flow here. Big breath up. Exhale, hands to heart center, and let's sit back in our first chair pose. So knees and toes facing forward. Hands can come into heart center. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, sit back and down. Inhale with the breath. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's put this in with our flow now. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees and roll all the way up. And let's do that one more time. Big breath in. Exhale, sit. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Lift up. And then fold the hands down to the floor. Let's come into a low lunge position. So bend the knees. Take the right leg and lunge it all the way back and lower the knee. Grab your blocks, bring them right underneath your shoulders. Inhale, big breath up. Exhale, let's lace the hands behind the back. Open up the chest and shoulders. And sink in to that right hip flexor. So you can feel a nice tug, a nice stretch in the front of that hip. Opening the chest, opening the front of the shoulders. This is a postural correction because most of us tend to do this rounding action, working at our desks, driving in the cars, cooking, reading, on our phones, and we tend to get rounded in the upper body. So we need to lengthen and reverse that. Good job. Take the hands, release them, bring them to the blocks, bring them up nice and high. It's going to keep our posture nice. As we pull back, lift the left toes towards the ceiling. Take a hamstring stretch here. Tipping forward from the hip, nice and long through your spine. And let's flow through this. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, pull it back. One more time. And bring it back, holding here. Nice, come forward. If you heard that little bark, that was my dog Bella. Action going on in my house upstairs. Downward facing dog. So she's barking to let me know someone's running around up there. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Little crouching dog here. Good. And then let's tippy toe to the front of the mat. Forward fold. We're going to repeat all that on the other side. Soften the knees and let's roll all the way up. Big breath up. Inhale. Sitting back into that chair pose. Inhale, lift. Swan dive down to the floor. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And now the left leg is going to step back as far as we can step it. And then lower the knee down. Taking the blocks underneath our shoulders. Come on up. Take a big breath. Breathing is so important part of our yoga practice because we don't take time to truly breathe in our everyday life. And oxygen is energy, so we need to energize, we need to breathe, opening the chest. Imagine your heart just shining forward here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. Find that space in the front of your chest cavity, in the front of your shoulders, around your heart center. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands to blocks. And now let's shift it back. Pausing for a moment here, stretching into that right hamstring, the back of the right leg. Now think about the hips. Tendency, if the right leg is forward, to have that right hip tilted forward a little bit. Try and draw the right hip back a little bit, left hip forward, so they're nice and square. And then you will feel the stretch down all of those hamstring muscles, not just the outer edge. Okay, let's flow. Bring it forward, sink into it, pull it back. Think about one breath, one movement. Inhale, forward. Exhale, bring it back. One more inhale, forward. Exhale, bring it back. Nice, come forward. Blocks to the front. Step it back, downward facing dog. Let's paddle it out a little bit again. Feeling good. Lift the heels, bend the knees, bounce a little bit. Call this crouching dog. It's a nice low back releaser. And then tippy toe it all the way to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Bend the knees and roll it all the way up. Nice job. Okay. Let's take the feet nice and wide. Heels in, toes out on a 45-degree angle towards the long edge of your mat. Bring the palms up, nice wide starfish hands, fingertips spread wide. And we're going to squat. Bring the elbows in. This is your goddess squat. And lift up. Exhale, inhale. So this is an energizing flow right here to get the blood pumping, to get the oxygen moving, but look at the action in the shoulders, the elbows, the hips, and the knees. Your 4 major joints are really working. So motion is lotion, lubrication in those joints. It's like squirting some WD-40 in there, keeping the joints nice and happy, the legs working. Exhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more, and we're going to add on a little sunflower. Last one here. Now bend the knees, sweep forward, and then all the way up again. Exhale, bend all the way forward. Try to keep your back nice and flat, and lift. Forward, and lift. Forward, and lift. 2 more. Last one. Nice. Hold it here. Turn that left foot towards the short edge. Right heel kicks in. Warrior 2 pose. So sinking into our warrior 2, looking, making sure that our toes are sticking out beyond the knee. Strong arms. Beautiful. Straighten the leg, bring the arms up. Hands to heart center. Lift up and bend. One more time. Movement is medicine. Good. Open it up. And now turn that left palm up. Reach it back. Let's take a nice big stretch here in our peaceful warrior. Sun warrior. It has a lot of different names because it's an effective pose. Knee stacked right over that ankle on the left side. And we're opening up this left side rib. Good. Lift it up. Straighten the leg. Bring the right heel back in. And let's do that flow again. Starfish hands. Goddess flow. We'll do 4 here. 2 more. And then we'll sweep, adding that sunflower. Tip down. Sweep it up. Sweep it down. Think about gathering in all that goodness. One more. Yeah. Good. And then open it up. Let's set the feet up for warrior 2 on the other side, nice and strong here. Think about the feet almost as if they're grounding down and tearing that mat in half. So that right foot pulling forward, left foot chugging back, arms strong and straight. Good. Hands to heart. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then push the hands open. Turn that right palm up and reach it back for that glorious sun warrior, peaceful warrior. Breathing into that right rib cage. Just pausing here for a moment. Nice job. Bring it all back up. Turn both feet forward and let's slide down, taking a wide straddle fold. Bring the hands to the floor. Now, if you can't reach the floor, maybe you want to bring the blocks up to you, but if you can come all the way down, drop the head down, soften the kneecaps a little bit. Maybe you can come to forearms. Maybe you even want to walk the arms through to the wall behind you and draw the head down further. So really tugging on the back of those legs now. The body is nice and warm. One more breath here. Good. Walk it back. Bring the heels in. Sit the hips down. Maybe you need to bring the feet in a little bit closer, but it's a wide stance. And then we're going to bring the hands to heart center into your yogi squat. Opening up the hips. Nice job. One more breath here. Perfect. Now nice and easy. Support yourself. Come down to the floor. And let's bring the legs out nice and long. Okay. You can move your blocks off to the side. Just a few nice folding stretches here. So take your right foot and bring it in. Here's where if you have your strap, you may want to use this. Left leg is long, straight from your hip. And you can take your strap, Just lace it right underneath the bottom of that foot, and then with a nice long spine, tip forward from the hip and chug yourself forward. I'm going to turn from the side so that you can kind of see the positioning of my spine. So instead of me rounding forward like such, I'm going to pull the strap, keep the chest open, tip forward from the hip just as far as you can, and take that nice stretch into the low back. Now, if you don't need the strap, you can lace your hands around the bottom of the foot and just lengthen out. Smooth breathing here. So an equal ratio breath. Inhale for a few heartbeats and exhale for the same amount of heartbeats. Inhale, you find your pattern, your rhythm. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale it out. Good. Come on up. Open the arms nice and wide to the sides. We're going to twist towards that right knee. So come around, twisting the spine. Now you can just hold on to that knee, or if you want to try a little external rotation in that shoulder, you can place the palm away from you and then root down with your right hand into the floor. That's going to lift you up nice and tall so we have more space, more length in the spine. Beautiful release. Let's just do that all on the other side. So bringing the left foot high on the inner thigh. Let's take our strap, bring it around the bottom of the foot. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, start to tip forward from your hip with a nice long spine. Pausing and breathing. Or maybe lacing the hands behind the foot. So if you don't have a strap, you can use a bath towel, a belt, a men's scarf, or tie. Anything will do. One more breath here. Roll up nice and easy. Tall, stacked spine, arms open, breath in. Exhale towards that left knee. The back arm roots down. We lift and open the chest. So these types of twists postures, this is a very basic level twist, but very good because our spines, again, are designed to twist and spiral. And if we don't do that every day, we start to lose that range of motion, that ability, that mobility. One more big breath here. Exhale, release. Okay, final posture. We're just going to take a seated bound angle pose. Bottoms of the feet together, and they spread open like a book. So the outer edges of the feet connect. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come forward. Now here, your spine is going to round a little bit. That's A-okay. We're putting that spine in flexion, stretching the back of the vertebrae open. Allow the knees to drop down to the sides. Some disciplines refer to this as butterfly pose. In yoga, we call it Baddha Kundasana, bound angle pose. One more breath here, roll it up. Perfect. Okay, let's just roll down to our backs for a little happy baby. Scoop the tailbone under. Rest your head. Draw the knees in. Reach for your inner heels, open the feet nice and wide, and just rock from side to side. So here's a tidbit of information. If you hold this posture still, it's called dead bug. But if we rock, we are happy babies. I would much rather be the latter. So take a moment here, release the inner thighs, massage the spine on the floor. This will be our final posture. So from here, you can just bend your knees, place them on the floor, hands on the belly, and just take a few minutes in Shavasana to rest and breathe, clearing your mind, bringing all your awareness to your breath. Feel the earth beneath you, supporting you. That's going to ground you and help you to feel safe and secure. Come back to that intention that you set in the beginning of class, that little prayer for a loved one, or a goal or achievement you're trying to work on for yourself. And remember, there's no such thing as being selfish. We're taking this time here so we can be the best version of ourselves, so we can serve others. One more breath. You can stay here as long as you like, or You can roll to your right side. Just take a moment in fetal's position. And then come on up to a seated posture. And we can close our class or our practice together. Inhale one more nice deep breath. Hands before the heart. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you liked this class, please find a huge variety of my classes on my website at www.spinonyoga.com. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.